Heavyweight boxing fans, what's the deal? Lawrence Williams, what's good, bro? Interesting weekend, man. Interesting weekend. Can you hear me good, Lawrence? Let me know, man. I'm out and about with the wife, man, running some errands. Let me know if you can hear me clear, bro. James, what's good? Y'all brothers hit that like button for me, man, on y'all way up in here. And let me know if y'all can hear me. St. Cruz says we can hear you. Okay, bet. Man, I was on Blood Boxing. Shout out to Blood, man. I like this little open panel that he does on his channel, man. Kind of remind me of, for some of you old school YouTubers, kind of remind me of the Uvo days. Back when we used to download Uvo and, have a little 8 panel discussion about the fights and all that, man. So D-Style was on there as well. We're having a good debate earlier today, man. Y'all go check that out if you haven't already on Blood's channel. My man Mala up in here, Stephen4722, William Redmond. He says 90% quality on sound. So boy's good. So yeah, man. I'm not. You know what, guys? I'm not overly surprised. And you guys, when you were, hearing me discuss the fight between Dubois and Joyce and all that, I'm not overly surprised that Dubois won the fight. And I was damn near, man, if you guys was hearing me go live, when I put the live on, I was damn near almost going to switch my pick. Almost.
Dubois lost the fight?
I was gonna pick Joyce.
Yeah, no, but you said Dubois won the fight.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, Joyce won the fight. But you guys know what I'm saying. I'm not surprised that Joyce won the fight, man. The things that did happen to Dubois, I knew it was a chance of those things being exposed. And that's fighting off the back foot, getting pressured, and when you huff and puff and try to blow the house down and it doesn't go nowhere, we'll really see what you're made of. Now, you add in a swollen eye on top of that, and the kid broke. You know what I mean? Joe Joyce, a.k.a. Michael Myers, Jason Voorhees, he just kept taking the shots coming forward, man. And his jab, I went back and I was watching it. It's slow. He's still slow. You know what I'm saying? But he uses his jab more of a power punch. Because I kept saying during the fight, like, damn, bro, throw something behind the jab, which I still think he should do. But what I wasn't taking into consideration is, damn, Mr. Boxing, he's throwing the jab, though, as a power punch. And I just believe he just stuck with it. Like, damn, this kid can't even get past my jab. Why, I'm going to keep putting it on him, And I'm not sure how Joyce will deal with movement. I think movement will still give him problems. Depending on what happens with AJ and Pulev with the WBO, I'm not, we have to wait till AJ and Pulev fight. Because you guys know I'm not the type that's try to think a year from now and all that. You know what I mean? Because anything can happen, man. I was trying to tell people that. And a lot of these fights, man, a lot of the fights where I say, hey, man, hold fast. Wilder got to fight Fury again, y'all. This is going into their rematch. Hey, y'all, wait a minute, man. AJ got to actually beat Ruiz first, y'all. So you never want to just look too far ahead, man, especially in this era. And I've actually said this, too, and a lot of you, too, not just me. But to me, I think this wave of heavyweights right now, post-Klitschko era, is a lot of parity. And these guys are closer in talent gap than most of us think. That's my belief. Look at the Wilder and the Fury. Look at Wilder and shit, pretty much all his fights in his title reign before he gave dudes the NyQuil treatment. It's not just as one-sided, man. I think this pool of heavyweights are more closer in talent to me, man. I thought Parker and AJ could have been a draw. I know people laugh, oh, what? I had a 9-3 AJ. I thought the shit was a draw. And I said that calling the fight live. Parker and Hughie Fury was a 6. I thought I had it 6-5-1. What I'm saying all that to say this, I just think it's a lot closer than people think. It's my opinion, but I think it's a lot closer than people think, man. So I'm not overly surprised by anything, unless it's literally Joe Blow, the journeyman, Larry Lunchmeat, getting a big upset. But these guys in the top 10 and all that, man. I hope that Sorret Delgado, man, I hope he's all right, man. That didn't look good, man. I seen D Styles video on that, you know, pretty much saying, you know, why wasn't the doctors paying more attention, or why wasn't they more urgent to his him needing help? And he was saying, D Styles had me cracking up because he was saying that the announcers, the commentators on the Zone was saying, "Well, keep an eye on him." Like, what the fuck does that mean? Keep an eye on him. You need to get this dude to a doctor. This don't look right. You know what I mean? So I hope that guy's all right, man. But that 291 pounds did not help him out at all. Another fight that was on the, and I'm gonna get to Tyson and Roy in a minute. On that Tyson and Roy undercard, Giuseppe Casumano fought Gregory Corbin, and he stopped him in the 6th. And I seen Greg came in at 291. I'm not sure exactly. Obviously, Greg wasn't in the gym. I'm not sure if they called him and let him know, hey, you have an opportunity to be on this Mike Tyson card, because I actually put an article up of them actually being on the card like 2 days ago. So this could have been a case of them calling him up and they just needed somebody to fill the spot in, because 291 lets me know that he probably wasn't in the gym. And in his last fight, last year, which I thought he was a little overweight, 274 for Stephen Shaw. So in the Martin fight and the Herkovic fight, he was around about 260. So 291 was way over the top. So 291 was an unlucky number this weekend. Majidov, yeah, he's the one that beat Sorret Delgado. Want to see more of Majidov. His fight against AJ in the World Championship 2011 was classic to me. That fight went on. Mitchell Barton made his pro debut. You see his back? Okay, Mitchell Barton made his pro debut. Also on the Joyson Dubois card, he got a victory, 1-0. I want to see more of him. 6'4", 260-pound fighter. Nice little amateur background. And then David Adelaide improved to 4-0 with his victory over what was that dude's name? Whitaker. Forgot his first name. Forgot the dude's first name, but Danny Whitaker, him. And I think Adelaide looks good. He comes in shape. That's one thing you don't have to worry about, is him being in shape. I follow him on Instagram, and he's always, you can tell by his physique, man, but he's always sparring Fury or Joshua. He's always sparring some top guys out there. You know, so I want to see more of him as well. And I think there's one more heavyweight fight I'm forgetting, man. I'm really doing this off the fly. Can't remember the other one. Kind of Local Sports, what's up, man? Bruce Gold, salute. Lawrence Williams, D. Open and Newly said, Joe, Mr. Boxing. Another heavyweight gets eliminated. Yes, sir. My man Renee Salcio up in here. Who else up in here? St. Cruising. Renee Salcio says Parker versus AJ was awful. Yeah, the referee, man, was he was jumping in. I mean, he was acting like infighting was like illegal. The way he was jumping in there trying to break them, he was breaking them right away. And there was a shot that Parker caught AJ with. I forget exactly what it was, a right hand. I forget, he caught AJ with it, and AJ stuck his left hand out, and you know, he just stuck it out there. He was moving on that back foot, boy. AJ did not like that. He did not like that. He was moving around. He's trying to get the hell up out of there, but the ref just kept jumping in too quick for that. Hey, man, off topic a little bit, but Dillian White cracks me up, man. Look, you can knock Dillian White out 800 times. He's still going to talk his shit. But he had me cracking up when I posted that video, man, of him on Instagram saying, what'd he say? He was going at Dubois getting knocked out. But, hey, man, I don't blame Dillian, though, man. You know, somebody talks shit about you, and then a few days later they get knocked out. I'm going to talk some shit back. Plus, they're fighters, man. This is the fight game, so they're going to talk their shit. I have no problem with Dillian talking shit, even though he did get knocked out. But I have no problems, man, because he's going to get in there again. And if he gets knocked out, people are going to talk shit about him again. So I have no quarrel with these guys talking their shit. It's the fight game, man. People, why is he talking about him? Like, it's the fight game, man. Like, we got to stop being so sensitive sometimes. They talk shit. You know what I mean? I feel sorry for Nate Robinson, though, man. That dude, and you know what, man? I think Nate was just I think Nate was looking at it like this. Look, I'm a elite. Look, first of all, to be 5'8", 5'9", and you win 3 slam dunk competitions in the NBA, you have to be a hell of an athlete to do that, right? Be able to jump out the gym, be a supreme athlete. And he was tough on the court, scrappy, little bulldog on the court. And I think he thought that, coupled with, a little few months of boxing training, he thought that was going to be enough. Look, Jake Paul is no Evander Holyfield at cruiserweight, right? He's not the second coming, right? But what I will say is that dude, has been training for like a couple years now, man. Taking his lumps in the gym, getting beat up. I'm pretty sure he's got beat up in gyms and sparring by pros and all that. I've seen some of his videos leak because I wanted to see a little bit more, just see, because I see that he was 1-0. I know he had to fight against the other little YouTube kid,
That rapper guy, right?
the black kid. What's the black kid out the UK? Anyway, y'all know who I'm talking about. He fought that kid, and then he actually had a pro fight. So that shit counts, man. No, I don't think he fought. He fought KS2, whatever that kid, whatever that kid name is. But Stormzy, I think, is a rapper out of UK.
Yeah. Okay.
I think. I don't know, but y'all know who I'm talking about. But yeah, man, you just because you're a good athlete, man, don't mean you can throw these gloves on and get it in. And you can tell by Nate. I'm not sure. I'm not gonna say I'm not sure who trained him. I don't know these guys' names, but I did see that he was training out in Seattle, because he has a YouTube channel. And I was, watching his little cross training and him hitting the mitts and shit. But I'm just thinking to myself, like, man. And then I'm looking at his technique, man, and he was literally lunging in with jabs, with his head turned to the side, like, don't hit me, don't hit me, don't hit me. And I was looking at that like, oh my God, he's not used to being hit. Getting used to being hit and toughening up your face, that's actually a thing. I don't know if people know, but you boxing fans like me, y'all know that that's a thing. Like toughening up your face, that's actually a thing. And you could just tell Nate just ain't used to getting hit like that, man, because pretty much anything that landed up top, he was just falling. And you can tell he didn't want no more after the first knockdown. He got up. I thought the ref was going to count him out, but he was kind of, hey, man, hit me behind the head. And you guys can tell when somebody don't want no more. It's just their body language. Just, he kind of turned his body, kind of looking at the ref. As he was getting up during the count, he was kind of complaining. You could just tell he just didn't want no more, man. And then Jake Paul, he knocked him down again. Then he just put him to sleep afterwards. And that was just bad. And they are killing Nate Robinson on social media right now with these memes. I'm seeing Michael Jackson smooth criminal memes. I'm seeing all types of shit. People got him on surfboards and mattresses and all types of stuff, man. So shouts out to Nate for getting up in there, man. And I told this story. And for those of you who don't know this story, man, the first time I sparred, I didn't get knocked out. But shit, I was sore. I got my nose busted, got my jaw busted up, and I was sore as hell. And they threw me in there with motherfucking Robert Brandt. That was the first time I've ever sparred in my life. 10 years ago, 30 years old, or 29 at that time, but 10 years ago, I'm 40 now. It was the summer of 2010. And they was like, yeah, we want you to spar Rob, this kid. And this kid was a fucking top light heavyweight in the country at the time. He ended up winning the WBA regular title, I think, middleweight. And I'm a heavyweight, but he's a middleweight kid. But even then, man, shit. It's like, yeah, boxing, you don't play boxing, man. You do not play boxing at all. And let me give a shout out to Rob, man, because when I used to tell that story, people were like, man, you ain't never sparred. And then he was on BWTM Sports about 2 years ago. So I'm watching because I'm sub to BWTM, and then Ingram was like, hey, Rob, I want to ask you a question. There's a YouTuber named Mr. Boxing Today, and before he can finish, Rob was like, yeah, he covered the heavyweights. I didn't know, I hadn't seen Rob, I only was around Rob for about 2-3 months, working out in the gym over in South Minneapolis, Circle of Discipline, the home of Jamal James, the welterweight, and Rob Brandt was in that gym, and Javante Starks. And he remembered me, and I only was around for like 3 months, and that was 10 fucking years ago, you guys. So, just let me know, man, that YouTube is a powerful tool, man. And you never know who's watching you. And I got a rude awakening when I went to the Fury Wilder fight with my wife, and we walking down the street, trying to walk to the Staples Center, because we were staying in the Lux Hotel across the street. So we're walking to the Staples. This guy walked up to me. Shouts out to him too. I'll just forget his name, though, but forgot his commenter name on here, but he was like looking at me. So we kept walking. He looked at me again, and me and my wife walking. And then he's with his girl too. He's like, hey man, you Mr. Boxing Today? I couldn't believe it, man. And I'm a humble dude, man, so I don't think people just know who I am. I don't be thinking that, man. But when you're on here talking heavyweights for 10 years, man, people do watch, man. So, and even when I seen Malik Scott in the MGM, he did the same thing to me when I was at the Ortiz Wilder, was it the Ortiz-Wilder rematch when we seen? Yeah, it was at the rematch, walking through the MGM, and Malik Scott. Lawrence, hey, speaking of, Lawrence was there too. That's when I met, hey, Lawrence, that's when I met you. Lawrence was talking to Malik Scott too. And it's not so much a starstruck, it's just that, it's not about, it's just, I don't think nobody's really paying attention like that, y'all. But over the years, I've learned that, no, man, these fighters, these trainers are really watching. Because shit, hey, man, they're human. They type their name in YouTube too and see what pops up. You know what I mean? So, what's up, Haplo? You was in there. Hey, shouts out to that panel, man. But I thought that guy's argument was mute, though, man. Trying to say that Vladimir hasn't defended his title 18 times. Bro, he's defended that IBF 18 times, whether you like it or not. You know what I mean? But anyways, that's a whole different discussion that was on Blood's channel. But shouts out to my man Haplo. Lance Meyer, he says, shouts out to the North Side. Shout out to COD, Firehouse Gym, sir, Mr. Boxing. Speaking of, no, I'm actually running some errands right now on the North Side, bro. You're talking about the Minneapolis, but yeah, shout out to Circle of Discipline. I've only trained at Circle of Discipline over South, and I trained briefly on Northeast Minneapolis at Uppercut. And boy, it is a difference between the two gyms. Uppercut is more like a YMCA. It was a very, very nice facility. Big, spacious. You know, you can't, or at least when I was there in 2010, you couldn't take your shirt off. They didn't allow loud music. But then Circle of Discipline is like that grimy, you know, we're all packed in. The heat was like 150 degrees in that motherfucker. Like, I love that griminess. You know, it's kind of like when Apollo Creed took Rocky. Y'all remember that when he took Rocky to the gym to get him his spark back? When he took him to the gym? That's how COD is to me. Wow, I'm rambling at the mouth. I see you guys getting up in here. Let me see. Dio Benui says some dudes on Bloods Hangout said Mr. Boxing needs to study more. Yeah, he said I need to study my history. And what he wasn't getting was this, bro. I'm an old soul. I'm just 40. I ain't the oldest guy. I'm 40, but I have an old soul, though, man. I grew up with old school morals and old school gentlemen around me to instill that in me. I started watching fights when I was 6, 7 years old, man. I still got VHS tapes with fights on them from the 80s. You dig what I'm saying? I actually showed those tapes on camera here over the last 10 years on YouTube. And I agree with I agree with the premise of his argument is I don't want there to be 4 champions. But brother, you can't use old rules for new criteria. If the criteria today is there are 4 sanctioning bodies in agreement that their titles are looked at as world titles that you need to be undisputed, their main titles. I ain't talking about the regular and all that and the silver. I'm talking about just the regular WBC, the regular WBA. Well, no, let me not say regular. I mean the main title of each sanctioned body, because, all right, if that's the criteria, bro, that's the criteria. You can't say, oh, I don't like the criteria, so I'm not going to count the WBO. Well, that's your prerogative that you are personally not going to count it. But guess what? It counts. And the criteria changed in 2007 when they added it, just like in 84, was it 83 or 84 when the IBF came into play. And Larry Holmes ditched the WBC. I forgot exactly. They wanted him to defend it against somebody. I can't remember, man. They wanted him to defend his WBC. Then he dropped it and then picked up the IBF. So by your criteria, you shouldn't count the IBF, right? Because it's a made-up title. Well, no, Larry Holmes was the man. Well, no, bro, you can't keep switching up your criteria. You just said that made-up belts shouldn't be worth nothing, no matter who has them. And that's just what I'm saying. Just like 10 years from now, if the 4 sanctioned bodies right now say, hey, we're adding the IBO to the fray, and you have to win this to be undisputed, guess what? I'm not going to like it. But also, guess what? I'm going to just accept it and say, well, shit, I guess you need 5 titles now. You don't have to like it, but it's the criteria, man. You know, but that was my argument, man. But yeah, hell yeah, I wish there was just 1 title. Of course. I'm not saying I like the fact that there's 4, but you have to change with the criteria. You can't just be stubborn and say, nope, I ain't changing. No, I don't give a fuck. Nope. And Crawford. And I understand they're not going to promote another fighter, you know, blah, blah, blah. But bro, you can't act like the WBO doesn't exist just because you don't like it. Yeah, hold on. All right, y'all, my bad. We brought some good ball players, man. Brandon Roy and all them cats from that era, man. Let me see here. Oh, hold on, y'all. Damn. Yeah, let me see that real quick. I'm trying to. Kind of local sports up in here. All right, y'all. I'm gonna scroll up, man. I'm kind of all over. Sometimes I get to venting, man. And Renee says he has over 100 VHS boxing tapes from the 90s. I got a grip of them, man. There's still some. Man, I need to go looking for cats, man. Because you know what I mean. VHS tapes I never got returned to me. But on the flip side, there was some that I never returned to. You dig what I'm saying? But yeah, I still got my VHS, man. One of my sons said, "Dad, what's this?" This shit made me laugh. Big boys was good, man. Lance Meyer. Okay, Lance, so you a Minnesota cat. Yeah, he says uppercut still making it happen. I'm not sure. I haven't been there in 10 years, man. And I was strictly going just to work out, bro. I wasn't trying to be a boxer. I was just going to work out. And I actually told that whole story. Maybe I'll tell it again to like new listeners one day, but yeah. Huh?
Not right now.
Yeah, not right now. Loke, what's up? He says, I'd like to see Herkovic fight the winner of the Bacole versus Kuzman. Yeah, that would be a good one right now. I'll love that one.
Do you think Bacole will win?
D.O.B. Newey says you didn't finish your Malik Scott story. Damn, what was I saying about Malik Scott?
That you met him and the
Oh, nah. It was off YouTube. I just didn't know the power of it until I... So I won't really think nobody, would notice me like that. And started getting noticed by a few fighters, man. Junior Fa and what's the undefeated kid from Michigan? Damn, what's that kid's name? Franklin. Damn, what's that boy name? Shit's gonna piss me off. Franklin. I forgot his name though. But him, he messaged me. There's been a few guys, man. So.
Who was the one that interviewed you at the Wilder Ortiz too?
Oh, that's my man, Town Business. Shout out to Town Biz. Shout out to him.
Another one that saw you at the fights.
Let me see. Yeah, Jermaine Franklin. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, Jermaine Franklin had messaged me when he was like 4-0, right? And he hit me up and he was like, "Hey man, I like the work you do," because I did a prospect watch video on him, and he hit me back and was like, "Hey man, just asking me his flaws and everything." I was like, "Wow, I didn't, Again, not starstruck, just didn't think nobody's really paying attention to me like that, especially not the fighters, But it let me know like these dudes be watching these YouTube videos, man. And I'm not the only one. A lot of us uploaders get in contact with these fighters because they watch our videos. They actually give a damn. They have egos. They're fucking fighters. You know what I mean? So they have egos, man. Renee says, Witherspoon, Tubbs, Page, the fat slobs of the 80s. But them boys had good hand speed and good boxing fundamentals and technique. You know what I mean? They didn't look like, Mike Weaver and Holyfield and all that, but them dudes had good boxing skills though, man. Very good boxing skills. Good technique, good footwork, well schooled, fluid. It's not all about just the physique sometimes, Renee, because shit, James Toney was a quote, fat slob when he went in there and was fighting Sam Peter and Rockman and all that. But he was in there giving them dudes hell. Yes, sir, Bruce. Let me see. Haplo says, even in the days of James Figg, bouts were sanctioned by patrons, usually of royal And let me see. Oh shit, where'd it go? Aristocratic nature. There was disputes as to legit champ as far as back as James Brown. And then there's another thing that I wanted to combat that guy with on Blood's channel was look, if you're going to be stuck in the past, then you got to stay there. You can't keep switching up when it fits your narrative. Meaning, you should never. So when Ali, during the tail end of the 70s, when he had that second fight with Spinks, right? When Ali retired and the WBA got split up and the WBC got split up, then it was Norton versus Holmes for the WBC, and then it was Tate versus Coetzee, right, for the WBA. So according to that guy's logic, but he was saying that Holmes was a champion to him. Well, and I thought he was too. Well, but by your logic though, bro, he wasn't a champ because there was another belt out there that John Tate won. Then he ended up getting knocked out by Weaver. But you guys get what I'm saying, right? So again, if you're gonna have a narrative, stay to that motherfucking narrative. You can't keep switching, because with me, bro, I'm gonna catch you up. You know what I mean? And then he was saying, well, who's to change the rules? Well, who the fuck was to change the rules to make fights go from, hey, fight until there's a loser, where we're fighting for 50 rounds, to cut it down to 15 rounds to 12 rounds? That's like me saying, well, who's to say they should have changed it? Like, come on, man. The criteria changes in our sport. You don't have to like the criteria change, but it is. Wow.
Look different.
Damn, it looks different over here. I haven't been over here in a long time. But yeah, you can't. I don't know, man. The dude was kind of all over the place, in my humble opinion, man. But shouts out to him. I enjoyed that discussion. No disrespect. Shouts out to him, man. Seems like a historian, but just seems like he's not willing to change with the times. And that's understandable, man. A lot of people don't, But shouts out to him, though, man. No disrespect at all. Good boxing debate. You know what I mean? And it wasn't about who got more money and all that type of shit, or who deserves more and all that. It was a good boxing debate.
How many worlds are there,
though? You excited about the new EA Sports boxing game? I'm excited because I got my old friend in it. Nah, I didn't know there was a new one coming out, Iceman. I'm still on the games I used to love. The last one I really was into was like Knockout Kings, and then when they made Fight Night, probably up until Fight Night 2 or 3. Yeah, round 3 is when I stopped. And I give any of you boys the business in Fight Night 2 or 3. Any of y'all. And Knockout Kings. Business. I will give it to you. Hey, look, and I'll let you go ahead and create a character, and I'll still give it to you.
Okay.
Fortnite